Students will answer when they can dance or sing or paint or act or play an instrument. More often than not, those who do raise their hands will want to qualify their responses with their limitations.
I play piano, but not very well. My mother made me.
I only dance to rock and roll.
I only sing in the shower.
I only draw conclusions.
When asked why the limitations, college students answer,
I don't have any talent.
I haven't done any of that stuff since 3rd grade. Who's got the time?
That's not my major.
try the same question on an even older audience.
Oh, gee, is that the time?
Gotta run.
I don't think so.
Maybe after about 3 martinis.
Whatever happened between kindergarten and now? Whatever happened to? Yes, of course I can.
Wonderful.
Cinderella was the title on the chalkboard marquee.
Given the task of dramatizing a fairy tale for a teacher's conference, the kindergarten class decided on the classic old rags to riches story, Cinderella. You know how it goes. Shy, agreeable protagonist, victimized by abusive stepparents, waits for wise, matriarchal figure to rescue her from codependency and bliss.
In other words, if you're good looking, get a heart, got a fairy godmother, you got it made.
It was a good choice from the teacher's point of view because there were so many characters and every child could be in the play.
A list of characters was compiled as the class told through the plot of the drama.
There was an absolutely ravishing Cinderella.
An evil stepmother.
Two wicked but stupid stepsisters.
The beautiful and wise fairy godmother.
The pumpkin. Nice.
Coachman. Partisan.
King.
All of the people at the King's Ball.
Generals. Admirals.
Knights.
Princesses.
And of course, the ultimate object of the fabled desire, the prince.
Who, if you recall, was only a salesman interested in pushing his inventory of glass slippers.
The children were allowed to choose roles for themselves. As the parts were allotted, the children were assigned with felt and paper and sent to stand over on the other side of the room when casting was completed. Finally, every child had a part.
Except one small boy who remained quiet and disengaged for the whole selection process. Norman, a kid who was somehow different, not weird, just different, in the way he looked at things. Norman was always thinking, and like many misunderstood, like great thinkers, Norman was teased a lot by his classmates, causing him to live on the fringe of kindergarten society.
Well, Norman, what are you going to be?
Well, I'm going to be the pig.
Pig? But there is no pig in the story of Cinderella.
Well, there is now.
Norman was declared the pig in the story of Cinderella.
It was quite fine with the rest of the class. Nobody else wanted to be a pig anyhow.
And since there was nothing in the script describing what the pig was supposed to do, the action was left up to Norman. And as it turned out, Norman gave himself for the all-time best walk-on hearts in the history of children's theater. He decided he was Cinderella's personal pig. Where she went, he went.
I'm going, guys. He made no sound. He made no sound.
He made no sound. He simply sat on his back behind his haunches and observed what was going on. But some silently supported the big chorus.
The expressions.
The expressions on his face reflected the details of dramatic action. Looking worried,
Sad. Anxious.
hopeful,
Puzzled. Mad.
bored,
Sick.
And pleased at the moment of
rehearsal, the teacher had tried explaining to Norman, even if there was a pig in the story of Cinderella, there is no such thing as a dancing, barking pig. Well, there is now. It's true, Norman, it's true. Knock 'em dead, pigs.
The presentation at the teacher's conference was a smash hit.
Yay!
When Norman danced his dance, the crowd of weary teachers laughed and wept and cheered.
And we could see the
And later,
fairy godmother was not a child waving her fairy wand, but a teacher standing weeping in the wings.
And they saw that the Cinderella in the story was not a little girl with a button nose and blonde hair, but Norman, the dancing, barking pig.
well, the kindergarten class had many invitations.
The kindergarten class had many invitations to come perform the highly acclaimed production of Cinderella. Sometimes the teacher would have to explain what about the playhouse and the theme.
It has a pig in it, you see.
Oh, really?
Yes, the star of the show was the dancing, barking pig.
But there is no dancing, barking pig in the story of Cinderella.
Well, there is now.